Good morning, astrolifers. I might be a little bit early. Okay, that's great. Excited that it is Friday. So, yes, so I'm just going to change the lighting. Looks a little bit funny. Sorry. I'm getting used to those things. Yeah, maybe. Right, anyway, good morning everyone. So it's Friday and it's a new moon and I'm really excited because I've been waiting for that new moon for a long time. It's a little bit like, I don't know if you are the same as me, but for me it was a little bit like a walk in the desert, you know. You just have to put one foot at the front of the other and you just have to keep on going. And that was pretty much how it felt for me. And I was like, no, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up. Well, that new moon is a new start. Okay, so I know there's some retrogrades behind the scene with Jupiter and Venus and Saturn, but that doesn't mean that it's not a new start in those retrogrades, right? So as far as my story goes, I obviously had to cancel my retreats, and I was lucky that when I felt it, you know, it was just the retreat that were organized from last year, people saying, oh, we want to come back, and that I didn't push it too much, and that I didn't book all those events and meetups and, you know, things that I usually do, because when I felt it coming, I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing any of those, I'm not booking. And my VAs were like, madam, what's going on? What's going on? You're not booking anything. And I was like, no, you know what? I'm not feeling it, especially when I did the stars last year. In September, October, and when I saw the wind changing and I created the elites, I was like, no, just, you know what? There's some stuff happening and we're not going to do that. But nevertheless, I still had people wanting to come back to my retreats, right? So people from Bali who, you know, have been wanting, coming 3 times, you know, who does that? You know, thank you, and you know who you are. Thank you for coming all the time to my retreats. That means that you must have a really good time because, yes, 3 times, it's an honor. Thank you so much. But anyway, so I still had some retreats books, right? So my story was like that. My accountant came and told me and says, oh, Muriel, you know, do you want the good news or the bad news? And I said, well, I want the good news first, maybe. And he said, well, the good news is that you've doubled, your numbers since last year. Your business is really rising up. I don't know how you're doing it in that time, you know, in those moments, but you've really done the right thing and the stars are definitely working. So that was the good news. And he said, now the bad news is because of that, you're not going to get any help. And I'm like, but I still have to reimburse everyone with all the retreats. And he says, yeah, well, you're just going to suck it up, girl, and you're going to work. And so you have to reimburse, but you don't necessarily get reimbursed from the venues and stuff like that because they just avoid you, you know, in those times. They probably need the money. So you have to reimburse everyone who needs the money in those times. So you really have to kind of keep on going. And of course, some people cannot pay you during that time as well because they've been struggling, so, you know, they cannot pay or stuff like that. So it was what we call a walk in the desert. And my kids were like, well, mom, you know, a lot of people are going for a walk, they're having a good time. And I say, yeah, well, no, that's not going to happen. And but that was a very good lesson of resilience and also a really good lesson of never giving up, because I wanted them to understand that sometimes you have to just focus, you just have to keep on going and you just don't give up, right? So that was a very good lesson for them and they've learned a lot from that, that's for sure. So yes, so what is this new moon? Well, this new moon, we could, and I'm almost out by next month, like by the end, by the beginning of next month, I've almost reimbursed everyone. I'm almost back on track and everything is good and I'm really happy. So my elites are doing great. Last night, I could already feel that new moon, you know, of communication coming up. Absolutely awesome, very creative. And we were talking about the shop. So today, finally, we have finished the shops with the products with everyone, which is, kind of semi-passive incomes, which is very important. I want my elites to have as many incomes, 5 incomes. I don't believe in just one eggs in the baskets. You need to have multiple if you want to make sure that you are rich and very successful. So yes, last night there was a magical moment where the elites were starting to talk together and beautiful ideas on how to help the Australia, and how to be able to help by the end of the year, and making sure we can participate in making things better for the people here that produce and create in Australia. It was just a magical moment, probably the best moment I've had with my elites. I adore that group of women. They're absolutely amazing. I'm really, really proud to have met all of them. And it's just going to keep on booming. I just can feel it. It's just absolutely awesome. So, and also, yes, something else I wanted to talk about before I just talk about the stars is my planners. So a lot of people have been asking me to have planners so they can organize themselves with the stars, knowing next year what's happening, which day, when is a good time to do this and that. So when the stars were good, I announced that they will be coming out, and they are available now in pre-order, and they're absolutely amazing. We've been working on them and they just look fabulous. Or you can have the big planner that you can put on the wall, and obviously a little bit less information, because on a big planner like that it's just more kind of on the days, but at least you know when the times are good or not. And then after that you've got the calendar that you can offer. So I'm going to be working with an artist. I actually want some really nice pictures on that, so I'm going to work with someone to find something really, really nice. And then there's the diary, which is going to be very practical. You can have the head in the stars, but you still need to have the feet pretty much practical onto the ground. So it's going to be really, good times to do this and that with all the details, and it's going to be very practical in the way of working, having room, one page, one day, but not too big, so you can take it with you as well and everything. So yes, I'm really, really excited. They look amazing. So if you want to pre-order, they're already ready, and it's 15%. And otherwise, they will come out on the new moon of November. And we're looking at the days on because I know that people have been saying September will be better. So I'm actually looking for the days, but otherwise, for sure, they will be out in November, not in October. There's Mercury retrograde. So, but anyway, let's come back to today and why I'm so excited. Except the fact that yes, I will have finished those shops with the elites. That is a big thing for me. I'm really happy about that. But otherwise, today it's a new moon. It's a new moon in Gemini, so that means that it's going to influence us for the next 10 days, right? So you want to take the right wave with it. You want to go and you want to say, right, okay, I'm taking a new start. I know where I'm going and I know what I'm doing. So if that was not enough, we also have Mercury that is conjunct Venus, and that means beauty, fun, love, easy to communicate with people, easy to share your feelings, easy to be able to, to have a good time, to really make things and make sure that everyone around you has a good time. And if that was not enough, we also have the Sun that is trine Saturn. So that is, yes, altogether it's new start, communication. The Sun is really, really sweet. It's actually fantastic. So it's today and tomorrow. And when you have the Sun that is trine Saturn, that means that whatever you are doing is long term as well. You can't get better than that, because the Sun is the self and Saturn is longevity. So it's like, having all those aspects working together for the long-term projects and for whatever you are doing that are protected with the longevity. So you cannot find better than that. On Sunday and Monday, so I'm going to go a little bit further because tomorrow I'm going to take a break. Tomorrow I won't be here tomorrow morning. I will have fun with my kids and enjoy my breakfast. But on Sunday I will give the weekly updates. So I'm going to talk about tomorrow already. So tomorrow you got the aspects that I just said with the Sun that is sweet, fantastic, communication and all that, because it's actually keeping on, replaying on tomorrow because it's so strong with the Sun and Saturn. It's really big planets, very important planets. And also we've got on Sunday and Monday, we've got Mars that is sextile Uranus. So that means unexpected fun, surprises, being spontaneous, creative, having amazing ideas that are going to be profitable as well. So yeah, those 4 days are just absolutely amazing. So I'm really excited about that, and we need to enjoy them. They are precious days in those retrogrades. It's a little bit like a pot of gold in the middle of those retrogrades, and you just want to really make the most of it and really enjoy them and say, right, okay, I've got all those aspects, whatever I'm going to be doing, writing, communicating, the fun that I want to have, catching up with some friends. And I know that the schools are reopening on Monday, and people being bubbly again, and things like that. So yes, let it happen, enjoy yourselves. Now obviously everybody does what they think is right for them or their family, but really enjoy yourself, like whatever that is, that you are already going back out, that you are not, that social distancing and things like that. But whatever, it doesn't really matter. The idea is that you have fun with your loved ones, that you enjoy yourself, that you are creative, that you really start whatever you've been, if you've been working, not something completely new. I wouldn't start something completely new in a retrograde, but if you've been working on something, me, I have, with those passive incomes, those shops and my diaries and all those kind of things, and for my elites and for myself. So yes, keep on working on that and create and put some more input in that, or talk about yourself, talk about your story. For my elites, share, communicate. You want to go out there, present yourself, start being bubbly, because Gemini is communication. So all of you actually share your stories, talk, engage. Remember, business is engagement, and not just business, friendships, everything is engagement. So communicate with the people that you love, that you want to be sharing things with, because it's going to be awesome in the next 4 days for that. That's it. Thank you. Enjoy. I know I certainly will. And I've got some plans for my kids this weekend, and I'm going to have a really, really good time. We also have the beautiful Lynn actually linked with She Doesn't Know Some Things for the Children. Couldn't do better. Obviously, when I asked the presentation, I asked for certain reason at a certain time. So Lynn will be doing her presentation with what she does, and she looks after children, which is very Gemini, very young Gemini. And sisterhood, brotherhood, by the way. You can catch up with your brothers and sisters. It's a very good time to do that. Or your soul sisters, your friends, and have a nice time with your friends. That's also very, very good for the next 4 days. So that's it. Enjoy. I'm off, and I shall see you on Sunday. Bye, everyone. Bye.